Hey everyone, welcome back to another CHT prep video where we're going through 10 free practice questions. If you have not been here before, this is how this works. We are going to go through all of the questions. I'll read them aloud. Go ahead and take as much time as you need, pick an answer, and then once we get through all 10, we'll go back through the questions with the rationale for the correct answer. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Question 1. In flexor tendon rehabilitation, the sum of the forces resisting digital flexion, including edema, bulk of the repair, adhesions, friction of repair, and joint stiffness, is known as A. Quadriga effect, B. Work of flexion, C. TAM, or D. Controlled stress. Question 2. A patient had a crush injury in which they sustained a mallet finger with no bone avulsion fracture. What would be the appropriate orthosis and position of immobilization? A. Dorsal DIP orthosis in slight flexion to full extension. B. PIP extension orthosis with full extension. C. Volar DIP orthosis with full extension to slight hyperextension. D. Dynamic orthosis holding DIP and PIP joints in full extension. Question 3. Which muscles would improve stability and proprioception in scapholunate dissociation? A. FCU, ECU, APL. B. FCR, FCU, ECU. C. FCR, APL, ECRB. D. ECU, ECRB, FCR. Question 4. Which assessment tool uses radiographic dye within a joint space to assess for ligament tears in a patient with suspected carpal instability? A. Fluoroscopy, B. Arthroscopy, C. CT scan, D. Arthrography. Question 5. External rotation at 60 to 90 degrees of scaption, the late phase of throwing, is restrained by which of the following ligaments? A. Superior glenohumeral ligament, B. Inferior glenohumeral ligament, C. Middle glenohumeral ligament, or D. Coracohumeral ligament. Question 6. You are treating a patient with a mixed wound with a combination of black and red colors. What would be the most appropriate first goal of treatment? A. Maintain a moist wound environment. B. Absorption of excess drainage using dressings to absorb exudate. C. Protect the wound and soften eschar. D. Controlling bacteria with antibiotics such as Silvadene or Bactroban. Question 7. You're assessing a new patient and you notice that fingertip pressure leaves a depression in their skin. This describes what type of edema? A. Pitting, B. Brawny, C. Weeping, D. Hard. Question 8. Which of the following is not a potential soft tissue site of compression of the ulnar nerve? A. Deep flexor pronator aponeurosis, B. Cubital tunnel retinaculum, C. Ligament of Struthers, D. Medial intermuscular septum. Question 9. Which of the following is not true regarding the juncture tendinum? A. With digital flexion, the JT glide distally with the extensor tendons. B. Between the extensor digitorum and extensor indices, there is a JT. C. The JT provides stability to the extensor tendons over the MCP joints dorsally. D. The JT function to transmit tension between the tendons of extensor digiti minimi and extensor digitorum communis. Question 10. Which of the following tendons would not likely be considered a potential donor for an EPL rupture? A. Extensor indices, B. Pronator teres, C. Palmaris longus, D. Flexor carpi ulnaris. All right, amazing job, everyone. You made it through those 10 questions. If you need a little bit more time, go ahead and pause the video. Make sure that you commit to an answer for each question. Now, let's go back through each of the 10 questions with the correct answer or the best answer of the choices and the rationale. Okay, question 1. The correct answer is B, work of flexion. Quadriga is when a shortened or scarred flexor tendon in one finger restricts the motion in adjacent fingers. TAM is the total active motion, and controlled stress is applying precise, measured, and progressive physical loads to injured tissues. Question 2, correct answer is C. We want to position the DIP in full extension to slight hyperextension. If it is a bony mallet, it should be full extension, not hyperextension. Flexion is not appropriate. Question 3, correct answer is C. The FCR, APL, and ECRB&L are the correct choice. They help to stabilize the scapholunate joint and pull the scaphoid into a more stable supinated position. Question 4, the correct answer is D, arthrography. Fluoroscopy is a real-time moving x-ray. Arthroscopy is a minimally invasive surgical procedure through a small incision, and a CT scan is x-ray imaging with computers to produce 3D cross-sectional images. Question 5, correct answer is B. The superior GHL is going to restrain inferior translation when the arm is adducted. IGHL restrains anterior and posterior and inferior translation when the arm is abducted beyond 45 to 90, and the middle glenohumeral is going to restrain external rotation at 60 to 90 degrees of scaption or abduction. Question 6, correct answer is C. When we're thinking about wounds that are mixed, we want to protect the healthy tissue, so the red tissue, and anything that is not red, we're trying to move it back towards red. So we're trying to change the black tissue to red healthy tissue. So we really want to protect that healthy wound and then start softening the eschar or the black tissue. Question 7, correct answer is A, pitting edema. Brawny is a type of firm, non-pitting swelling. Weeping is where clear fluid leaks through the skin. And hard is where the trapped fluid causes the tissue to become rigid and thick, and when you press into it, it doesn't leave a dent. Question 8, the correct answer is C, ligament of Struthers, because ligament of Struthers is not a site for ulnar nerve, it is a median nerve. The arcade of Struthers would be an ulnar nerve potential soft tissue site. Question 9, correct answer is B. There are not typically JT between the EDC and EIP. The EIP runs ulnar to and deep to the index EDC, so it remains independent, allowing separate extension of the index finger. And last question, question 10, correct answer here is D. The FCU is a powerful wrist flexor. It's essential for grip, for power grip, and for stability, so we don't want to sacrifice those functions, and there are other better alternatives typically. Okay, thank you everyone so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful. Remember that I have a whole playlist of these videos that I've done for a couple of years now, so go ahead and check those out if you haven't. Subscribe to the channel so you never miss another hand therapy video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thanks for watching.